I could have come to be a completely different person upon being given a name that wasn't mine. Chapter 1. Birth and Purpose. Hermoso al nacer, a su imagen y semejanza. This painting is about the religion imposed on me and the name assigned to me at birth. What came before I had any autonomy, but still had great importance in shaping who I would come to be. The first element that appears in the painting is an apple, as a symbol of creation, but also sin. The books, together with the apple, make reference to an academic context, which is the space where I developed a great part of this project. The two books reject the idea of the absolute truth and invite the viewer to question their own beliefs. The meaning of my name, Kevin, is derived from handsome and birth. Hence, I titled my first portrait Hermoso al nacer, which translates to beautiful at birth. When creating this piece, I reflected on how the name that was given to me defines who I am. My middle name is Pedro, and this name I share with my father and my paternal grandfather. It means rock or stone, and it is referenced in the stone column. In this way, this painting becomes a generational homage and tribute to my immediate ancestors. In a double self-portrait, I take the role of the Father and the Son, with a wing that represents the spirit of the Trinity. I become my protector and my protege, taking myself into my own arms and taking charge of my life. I painted myself as Jesus, to the image and likeness of the Creator, which gives the title to the second portrait, a su imagen y semejanza. This image of the Creator references my career as an artist. This alludes to how religion demands we follow a path to aspire to be like Jesus, the perfect being. Despite this, we are told we are born sinners. We are inculcated a purpose that is not achievable, leaving us with a feeling of guilt and insufficiency. For the baby portrait, I painted myself with the likeness I had when I was baptized, because it was this ritual that initiated me into Catholicism with the name Kevin. Beautiful at Birth, as a portrait title, emphasizes on the importance I give to my image, as if it were a prophecy that justifies using my own image as a model. Upon an evident contrast between my first and middle name, I always felt like they didn't go together. In a synthesis of my identity conflict, I decided to combine them. To develop my compositions, I make use of photo references. Most of these are photos of me taken by myself, with some exceptions. I looked at Renaissance religious paintings of the Madonna and Child and the enthroned Christ to establish the format and arrangement. I opted for a vertical symmetrical composition. For this painting, I started sketching from pictures of when I was a baby and when I had long hair. I attempted to block in the drawing with paint on the canvas. The faces for the portraits weren't much of a problem, since I could use the photos as a reference. However, the draping clothes, body proportions, and overall composition looked wrong, so I decided to take a step back. I took photos with my blanket to have a reference for the body and used different photos to put the composition together digitally. After this, working with a grid, I laid out the acrylic underpainting and started to establish some darker tones. Building up with thin layers of oil paint, the image started to come to life. Embraced by my family. Following the painting of me embracing myself, I show myself being embraced by my family, to acknowledge everything they have done for me since the beginning. The paintings are placed into album protective sheets to reference the same photo albums I took these images from.